Good morning, beautiful butterflies. Um, Hope everybody is having a very blessed, or it's 5:05 Sunday morning, so I hope you all had a good weekend. Enjoyed your Saturdays, and I hope that tomorrow is a blessed day. Um, I had put on my makeup and everything earlier, and was literally, oops, excuse me, sorry y'all. I was literally so lit and ready to go live. I mean, literally to put my whole face on, okay? Got ready to go live, and oh my goodness, I got on a phone call with a friend of mine. Well, I don't, yeah, phone call with a friend of mine that I hadn't talked to in quite a while, and literally time just took over. So I'm like, okay, but so I didn't get to do the live. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody on, nobody who's on my time zone. I don't even think Cali time zone. Shoot, I don't know what time. What they 3 hours behind? I don't. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. With that being said, I'm like, okay, I'll just get up and try this again tomorrow. Um, I have noticed though that I've been freaking, and this is crazy, but the devil seem to play with your mental like this, and um, uh, yeah, let me just go ahead and spit this out, because he play with your mental like this, especially when you are chosen. You know what I'm saying? And when he know that God has good things in store for you. That being said, though, just gotta push through, and it's harder. It's very, very so much easier said than done, and I know y'all know that. But I had made some plans to go live because I was just gonna sit and decompress with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been watching this Nolan Wells case, and I have been on it, like literally. Y'all probably hear it playing in the background, Willie D Live, right? Um, but I have been on it, like literally watching it from day one, and I'm so into it. I'm literally watched every single video. Those that's just for clicks and views, and those that are actually, you know what I'm saying, reporting the facts, and stay keeping everybody up to date with everything that's going on. So I don't watch. I literally, that's all I do from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. And I noticed something in regards to it. I'm like, okay, that also, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying things like that, because I've always been like a true crime junkie. Ever since I was small, ever since I was a young kid, but uh, always been a true crime junkie. However, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? Heck, I was a kid. I ain't have to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't an adult. I ain't have no responsibility. Didn't have to do nothing. Hell, I was a child, right? So, but I know as now I realize that like the past week or so, I'm like, damn, I need to decompress for real. Like, I feel like I am addicted to literally watching videos over and over again and keeping up with this case. Like, there's nothing wrong with it because, you know what I'm saying, that's our people. You know what I'm saying? It's my people. So, and the things that's going on in the world today, it's just, I don't know. Um, it's, I'm trying to figure out the words to put it. I just, mm, it, there's just a shift. It's almost like the calm before the storm, if that makes sense. That's what it feel like to me. So I can only speak for self. You know what I'm saying? And how it feel to me mentally. It feels like the calm before the storm. But it feel like to me the calm has been going on for so long. And it's almost like, okay, where's the storm? You know, like, I probably sound crazy. But if you know, you know. Trying to articulate and put it into the words so that you guys can understand it a little bit better, but it's just, I just been going through. Every time I go to hit this live button, it's like, okay. Um, you okay, son? Okay. Every time I go to hit this live button and go live, it's kind of like, okay, what are you going to talk about? And I'm like, I like doing things with my hands. I explained it before. If you're new to the channel or whatever, and you didn't hear it or didn't listen to the previous videos, I just like staying busy. I feel like I feel like I'm gonna get all the time in the world. You know what I'm saying? Later on, when I can't do it, and to be able to sit still. Right now is the time for me to just stay busy and, you know what I'm saying, work on goals that I've got for me and my children and my family while I still can. Be grateful, use my physical and, you know what I'm saying, things that I can while I still can, because heck, you know, at at some point the body, it wears down. So I want to be able to kind of work on my goals. That's my goal, to be able to work on my goals and work on things that I have planned and things that I've wanted for my children and me and my family. So my goal, like my number one thing was to be able to get my YouTube channel started, and to build community, because build a community, and you know what I'm saying, those who are my people, you know what I'm saying, they will come, you know what I'm saying. It's not like, I just can't figure out why every time I'll put on a full face makeup, I'll be so pumped to get ready to do it, and then everything just come to a halt. And I'm so sick and tired of that. Like, I'm getting so irritated with it, because it's been, I literally been doing this every day for like a whole month. I literally was stuck for a whole year. I promise y'all. A whole year, year and a half maybe, just stuck sitting at my computer. I knew, or at least I thought I knew. No, I didn't think I knew. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what my goal was and what I wanted to learn in order to be able to accomplish. I wanted to be able to accomplish, you know what I'm saying, graphic designing, but I also knew that I wanted to be able to go live. It's okay recording pre-recorded videos, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like me going live would have been more sufficient for me, because, and then pre-recorded videos, you know what I'm saying, later on. But I wanted to be able to interact with people personally before the pre-recorded videos. But, you know, you got to have a certain amount. I think it's like 50 subscribers. So I worked my way up to that 50 subscribers. Got help from, I got help from 1250 Podcast, and with a couple of subscribers, I think I needed like 8 more, and he literally helped me from his group, so I'm thankful for that. And I got my 50 subscribers. I made one video while my kids were on vacation, and I was sitting here making something with my resin, and I was so excited. After that, I literally, ever since that video, I literally have been getting up so excited, pumped. I mean, pumped, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's so funny, but literally pumped. Get up, take my shower, wash my face, get all clean, get the dogs ready, get them outside, feed them, everything all ready. You know what I'm saying? House quiet, ready to go during the daytime. So I get some of that good old vitamin D. You know, my melanin love that vitamin D. And literally go to hit the live button, and it's almost like I can't. Like, I literally, it's like I freeze in position, and I can't hit that button. And when I don't, I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna go too hard on myself. That first week or so, I'm like, I won't be too hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's harder to, everything is easier to say, harder to do. You feel me? So I realized that I was nervous, but I also realized that I was looking for perfection. But my thing has always been community. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a support for those who don't have a support, to be that person to be able to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I think everybody needs a support. I don't have a support. So I also want that for myself. But I just don't know. I know that's not of God. That ain't of the Most High. It's not of the Most High. Where I want to do something so bad and I just can't do it. You know, like I almost freeze in place. Not almost, I do. I freeze. I just freeze. I cannot hit that live button. So the first week, my mentor was saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You're nervous, and it's okay to be nervous. At least you got up, you got dressed, you put on your makeup, full face of makeup. I mean, snatched, honey. Okay, yeah, full face of makeup. Okay, you put on your full face of makeup, and you got ready to hit that live button. So you are closer than you were last year after you sat around for a year waiting to do this and did nothing. Literally did nothing. Just sat here. And that's crazy because I literally sat here in this chair in front of the computer and I did nothing. I'm not proud of that, but I am honest. I'll never be a liar. I mean, lie for what? It ain't benefiting me. So, that being said, though, I'm like, okay, I wasn't too hard on myself that first week. After that first week, though, I got back into the routine of putting on, I got up, got my shower, got dressed, full face makeup, plant, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do some crafting or whatever the case may be. And I still wasn't able. It's like every time I went to go hit that live button, I couldn't do it. Because first thing, my mind was playing tricks on me. Dun, 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 dun. I go to hit that live button, and my mind like, okay, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to do? You got to have a plan. Last night, it wasn't last night. This is the time, I say mid-morning. I'm usually asleep by 5 o'clock, or at least laying down by 5 o'clock. That being said, though, 3 is when it's peaceful in my house, like peaceful, where I could just kind of woosah. So I enjoy those hours of the morning. However, it's not good. I gotta change that schedule because I gotta make sure that I'm sleeping enough because I know that that's also something that will play on your mental. Keep that for those who don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's something that'll play on your mental. So that gotta change. But I was thinking, I'm sitting up here today. Or no, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me jump back. I was thinking like, okay, what are you gonna talk about? And I know that when it come down to like planning and things like that, okay, what are you gonna talk about? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really. I guess that's when they say niche down. You know what I'm saying? In a specific niche. And I'm still trying to find my purpose. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still trying to find my purpose. I've always worked corporate America. Not having a job right now it's hard on me. Going through what I'm going through with the courts. After my kid's father was killed back in 2023. And what I had to go through with the courts. I even thought about getting on here, y'all, and literally talking about that because that didn't get a whole lot of, like, when that happened, I think one YouTuber, his name was Rashad. First name is Rashad. I know his first name is Rashad. I can't think of his last name. But, black guy, older, he's maybe mid-50s, I'm guessing. But you know our black don't crack, so he looked young. But his name was Rashad, I know that. And he was the only YouTuber that played a short clip of my husband's video explaining what happened, you know what I'm saying, from the news clip and everything and what was going on and just giving it. That was the only type of, other than the main media coverage, but main media covered it because of the police was involved, because it was a police involved shooting, because they were the ones that unalived him. That being said, though, main media, I think they played it, mainstream media played it for like maybe a few days. It was just a few days. Literally, I can't even remember how long. That's how short it was. Or yeah. And then the Rashad, the YouTuber, he did it. He played a short clip of it, explained what went on, and that was it. And I'm like, I don't know, like a month and a half ago, I just thought about it like, you know what? I would love to be able to go on here and just go live and go over his court documents and, you know what I'm saying, his documents and everything that happened, the state, everything, you know what I'm saying, video, and just talk to my people about it, you know what I'm saying, because sitting on something like that and not releasing it, not having nobody to talk to about it, and not having no support is not good for me. And not only is it not good for me, but if it ain't good for me, then it ain't good for my children. So I wanted to, and I still, you know what? I'm still going to. It's not about still thinking I'm going to. I'm still going to, because I'm not going to continue to allow my finger to freeze hitting that live button. I'm going to overcome that. As a matter of fact, it's already overcome just by me being able to, you know what I'm saying, be on here and pre-record this video, because it will get posted. I'm not deleting it. I'm not going to edit it. It's just going live and raw. It is what it is. But I'm going to come on and talk about that, because that, not only did I lose my husband, you know what I'm saying, of 28 years to the unaliving of the police here, or in Columbus, Ohio, but my children lost their father. And Ben Crump, well, I can't say Ben Crump, because his sister, his sister was the one that got the lawyer. I don't know how it was. The kids were going to get their own lawyer, blah, blah, blah. It was just a long thing with that, long drawn out process with that. But his sister ended up hiring DeCello and Levitt. Yeah, DeCello and Levitt, which is associated with Ben Crump and Brooke Cruz. I think her last name Cruz, but yeah, Ben and Brooke, I know. Ben Crump for sure, but then I know for a fact her first name is Brooke. And that took a toll on me, because it's crazy. I'll put up a video of it after I finish this and post it. So I'm gonna put up a video of what happened so y'all can look at it or whatever, and look at the actual news clip of, you know what I'm saying, what happened as to how they unalived him and how it happened. But they literally had the case and was working on it. We were doing all these Zoom meetings, you know what I'm saying, which I felt they were not productive. I mean, I felt like it was just they were just Zoom meetings, because I could say what I could say, you know what I'm saying. I may find it different of you. I don't feel like they were productive, because statute of limitations in Ohio is 2 years. So after 2 years, you basically can't do anything with you know what I'm saying, with the statute of limitations. Statute of limitations. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But after 2 years, it kind of, you can't do anything with it. It's closed. Case closed. You can't go back, can't reopen it, can't do nothing with it. No nothing. No civil lawsuits, no time or requested time or charges for the cops, no nothing. So with the statute of limitations being 2 years, because my husband was driving my car, the BCI investigator, so the unaliving happened on July 8th, which was on a Friday. Now, my husband had his ID on him, which means that the address was there, right? They had his address. They also had his address in the system. Once they identified him, they knew who he was. I did not know my husband had been unalived by Columbus Police Department until Monday evening at 7:30. He had sat in the morgue all weekend. Their excuse is that they were not able to find his next of kin. Sorry. So they state that it took all weekend because they had to find his mother in Texas. Keep in mind, his address was on his driver's license. The car that he was driving, which registered back to me, was registered to my address. They lied. They knew. They lied. It was just flat out lie. I'll leave it like that. But you know how they get down. That being said, though, we didn't find out that And they called his mother. They really did call his mother all the way in Texas. Actually, they sent a detective, somebody to her door to knock on her door personally to tell her what happened on Friday evening. So he was on the live Friday evening at 8:05. I think they pronounced him deceased, and we found out Friday. She called me she called me back Monday at like 7:30. After I got off the phone with her, I got a call from a BCI investigator from the Columbus Police Department, and he was telling me that he had, you know what I'm saying, my car was at the impound, whatever. They had took my car down to the tow yard, whatever they call that. I think it's impound lot, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, impound lot, I guess. And that he had my keys, or the prosecutor had my keys. Somebody, he said, I can't even remember, y'all. It was somebody, prosecutor. That's what he said. Prosecutor had my keys. So he asked me, could he come out? Or I basically asked him, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, well, can I come get my keys? Because here I'm like, okay, well, if it's at an impound lot, that means that they're charging me for my car to be sitting there. So he like, yeah, you got to pay by the day. Okay. I'm like, well, can I come get my keys then? You know what I'm saying? It's the evening time, so it's Monday evening. It's already too late today. So he like, well, before I can give you the keys, I need to question you. So I'm like, okay, well, when can you come out? I said, because if I got to pay, if y'all not going to pay for my car or get my car out of there without me paying for it, then when are you coming out here? And I'm like, so, and before I even asked that, when he said we need to question you or something, I'm like, question me for what? Like, what? I wasn't there. Y'all did this. Like, I can't answer questions for you. You got to ask the Columbus Police Department. They the ones that did this. I wasn't there. I was nowhere near there. I wasn't with them. I don't know what happened. I said, I just literally found out what happened 15 minutes before you called. So I'm trying to figure out, like, question me for what? But he like, well, I could come out Friday. Now, keep in mind, this is on a Monday. You stay in my car. It's costing me about a day at the impound lot. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I said, but can I come get my keys tomorrow? Like, this is Monday. I got to pay by the, like, y'all ain't paying for my car? I asked him again. He like, no. I'm like, so can I come get my keys then? He's like, well, I can't give you the keys until after we have a meeting, after we question you. So what the fuck? Wait a minute. So that was the first bullshit answer. Well, actually, no, the first bullshit answer was what they did, but that was the shit he said. So I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, like, okay, so you're going to have me paying an impound lot fee for the next 4 days because you can't come out to me until July 14th. So I'm going to have to pay 5 days worth of impound fees because you don't have time until Friday and I can't come get my keys until you question me. Okay. So it wasn't nothing I could do about it anyway. So, I mean, what can I do? So I told him, set up the meeting with him for Friday the 14th. He came out there, him and another lady. He was driving this black truck, and that he had another, I guess, whatever investigator, I don't know, with him in the back seat. Got in the truck, answered the questions, whatever, which was basically, he wanted me to be able to say on recording that, this is crazy, he wanted me to be able to say on recording that my husband was over in this area that he was in, which he was over there seeing a friend of his. He was right across the street from the beauty shop where I get my hair done at. And he was visiting a friend in an apartment building that he had known. But he kept hinting, he kept pushing, like hinting at, well, that's a high crime, a high drug area. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, shit, every area is a high drug area. Some louder than others, you know what I'm saying? But what area you know that ain't? I'm like, what are you trying to get at? You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I'm like, okay. He kept saying that. He said that a few times. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, but he wasn't over there doing nothing. I said, he knows somebody over there. I said, just like you talk to the person that he knows over there. They verified this with you. He's like, yeah, but it's a high drug area, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, what are you trying to do? I said, what are you trying to get me to tell you that my husband was over there selling drugs? I said, because that's not the case. I'm not going to tell you no lie. I said, I got in here doing this interview. I want my keys. I said, I done told you the truth about everything you done asked me. I said, I did not have to cooperate. You ain't got no warrants out for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to answer none of your questions. But you know what you did. You held my keys on purpose. The dude still didn't give me my keys. So he said it again about the high drug area, whatever. And again, I told him, every area is a high drug area. He wasn't over there selling drugs. He was over there with his friend chilling. His friend told you that. With that being said, back up, give me my damn keys. At this point, I'm getting fed up. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need you to give me my keys before I call the police on you. Like, for real. Like, I'm about to call and report you. You're pissing me off. So the dude, he like, okay, well, you gotta wait to get your keys. So I'm sitting up there like, wait a minute, wait to get my keys. I'm like, wait for what? The meeting over with, we done talking, questions over. He like, well, before I left my office, or before I left the office, I pulled up your name. And I'm like, okay. Now keep in mind, the most I had, y'all, is a driving under suspension on my name. Hell, had a lot of them. That being said, I'm like, okay, so what, you pulled my name? Now, I know I ain't no criminal. I ain't never had no criminal record. I ain't never had a charge, period. He says, well, I pulled up your name and I seen a summons for you. He said, well, I can't give you the keys until I call the Reynoldsburg Police Department and they come bring you the summons and you sign it. And then I'll give you the keys. So now this is the play. Now I got to wait for my keys until he called Reynoldsburg Police. They bring me a summons for Lord knows what the hell, because I don't know what the hell he talking about. And then I can get my keys. So I'm like, dude, at this point, I was getting pissed off. And you know what I'm saying? Me getting pissed off and acting a fool or talking ain't gonna help now. So, and keep y'all too, I don't know. This probably could have went a different way, but I never had this. You know what I'm saying? I don't have run-ins with the police. I never been through this. Shouldn't have never been going through it from the beginning, but it was what it was. So I did as, you know what I'm saying? I did as I was, everything that he asked. I knew I didn't have a criminal record, so I'm like, okay, this dude he pulling my leg. Like, he playing games. Ain't no police coming out. I said, and if they do come out, I'm like, shit, maybe they bringing out a driving under suspension warrant or something, because again, I ain't never had a criminal record. Never. So he called the police. Police come out or whatever. And it's a lady cop. She comes out and she's like, she verified my name, everything. And she got this pink paper in her hand. And I'm sitting up there like, okay. So I'm reading the paper. So she literally, my son's standing outside at this point. He's like, at this time, he's 17. So she like, well, I unfortunately, I have to handcuff you real quick, read you your rights because it's a warrant. And I'm sitting up there like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, I'm reading the paper. And I'm like, what is this for? I'm like, what's going on? And she said, well, it's a petty theft warrant. I said, petty theft warrant from who? And she says, it's from Walmart. The date, man, this is crazy, y'all, because I literally am sitting up here about to cry telling this story, reiterating this story, man. She goes, it's from, now keep in mind, this is July 14th, 2023, right? I told y'all the statute of limitations is 2 years, right? She goes, this is a warrant for Walmart. The date that they said that the incident happened was January 21st, 2022. Or, no, wait a minute. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, 1/21/22. So January 21st, 2022. It's July 14th, 2023. So I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, like, I done been to court for driving under suspension, y'all, 7, 8 times, I swear. Been in front of a judge, everything. Then personal bonded out, everything. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. This says this is for Reynoldsburg County. This is my county. I'm like, so how come I never knew about this? Like, I'm like, my address that's on here is correct. So I'm thinking, and I can't remember nothing now. I ain't never got nothing in the mail. that's verified. She said, well, yeah, there's never been nothing sent in the mail. I'm like, well, what the hell is this? So at this point, now I'm curious. Now I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? It's too much going on. I'm trying to get rid of this detective. I don't know what the hell he done. And I'm confused as hell, y'all, for real. I swear I was. So she goes, well, I'm like, well, why? I said, well, why is it that I'm just now finding out about this if this was something involving me? I said, I done been to court in front of a judge. I done bonded out for my driving under suspensions. I done got pulled over 4 or 5 times for speeding. Why has nobody ever told me that there was a warrant out for my arrest if this warrant done been out for my arrest for a year and a half now? It's almost 2 years at this point. And she's like, well, I don't know that. I can't answer that. She said, I was called to come out here and deliver the summons to you just now, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm like, okay. So I realized she couldn't answer nothing. She was just delivering the message. She wasn't nothing but the messenger. So I look back at him, and I'm like, what the hell is this about? So he like, I don't know. I pulled your name up or whatever before I left my desk, and it said that you had a summons. And I knew that he like, I couldn't give you the keys until I called the police, yada, yada, yada. So I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, like, this nigga done got mad because I ain't even gonna call him a nigga. He don't deserve that. I'm like, this honky done got mad because I can't give him what he wants so that he can go back and take this recording and say that my husband was over there selling drugs and doing wrong so that they can get their alibi in and ain't got to worry about nothing. But again, I'm like, look, I done told the truth. Ain't nothing else I could do. So I'm like, at this point, I just want this dude to leave. Like, I just want him gone. Like, because they'll do anything to put charges. I'm telling you, I swear, right then and there, when my first awakening started, I started realizing that these folks, these white supremacists will do anything to slap charges on. It don't matter. If they can't kill you, if they can't kill us, they slapping charges on us. They gonna try and make sure that we down and bad in some type of way. And it don't matter how the hell they do it, whether it's legal or not. And if you don't know, and I'm sure he knew I didn't know because hell, he pulled my record. He knew I wasn't no criminal. So he knew I didn't know nothing about the law and what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that I didn't know whether it was right because, hell, I was cooperating. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do other than to cooperate. Tell the nigga the truth, get my keys, and freaking doggone, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know nothing about this summons until, again, y'all, after the initial questioning was over. And I told him, I'm like, look, I don't know what you want me to tell you. So once I shut him down, couldn't tell him what he wanted, that's when he freaking broke out with I got a summons in your name. I pulled your name up before I left my desk. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is what came up. Unfortunately, now he still can't give me my keys. He don't give me my keys until after I signed that summons and this cop left or whatever. So he gave me my keys. He left. Boom. It's in the evening time. It's too late. I can't call the courts to find out what this summons is about and what Walmart talking about because I'm like, I ain't never had no issues with no Walmart. I don't know what this is about. My address was on this summons, so I'm like, okay, I've been living at this address for years. So if they had a summons for me for real and a legitimate summons, then Lord knows they would have been sent it in the mail. I would have got a ticket in the mail or something. I don't know what a summons is. So this first time I ever got a summons, they would have sent something in the mail. Not only that, but wouldn't the judges in the same county had said, hey, Miss, you got an arrest, you know what I'm saying? You got a warrant for your arrest, blah, 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 because I've been in that situation before with the driving under suspensions. I had a warrant. They held me, whatever, gave the other county an option to come get me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so this got to be the same, except whatever this is worse than a freaking doggone driving under suspension. I have no clue what this is. So I called the courts the next day, right? And when I called the courts the next day, again, here go the same old thing. Well, this is from a case back in January 21st, 2022, Walmart petty theft. So I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, like, what the hell happened? And again, I don't know what happened at no Walmart January 21st, 2022. I couldn't think of it at the time. So that day passed. I mean, hell, I was grieving. I ain't even got to grieve my husband yet because I couldn't give you what you wanted. in order to get off with doing what y'all did, I can't even think. So I literally trying to prepare. At the same time, I'm getting evicted because my husband, I went from a 2-income household to a 1-income household. So I'm getting evicted. My stuff is packed at the door. My stuff was packed at the door on the 14th, the day he came out. You know what I'm saying? Because that was 5 days after I started packing my stuff. Tuesday, the day after I found out about my husband, I knew what time it was. So I'm like, okay, I need to prepare. I need to kind of get, you know what I'm saying, call around, get some, you know what I'm saying, make some plans, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that happened. So I finally, I moved, you know what I'm saying, moved, whatever. I was able to move me and my kids up out of there. Went to my husband's funeral, got down to my husband's funeral in Mississippi. We did a GoFundMe. I was working, but unfortunately, I had just started working, so I was in between my paychecks, whatever. So we did a GoFundMe, and thank the Most High that it literally did what it did. It shook. I got all the support I needed. I was able to rent a car, get the hotel for us to go down there to Mississippi, Greenville, Mississippi, and we were able to attend the funeral. So when we got back is when life really, really started, because now, you know what I'm saying, now, even though I'm grieving, I still got kids to take care of. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop because my kids looking at me. They depend on me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to keep going. I couldn't stop. And I did. But I wanted to find out what this summons was about, y'all. So, and this story's so long. I would love to be able to just do this on a live. And now that I'm already into it, maybe it'll be easier for me to do it on a live while I'm sitting here crafting and doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it kind of take the edge off a little bit, doing something with my hands. But I called to find out what this warrant was about and find out when this warrant was put into the system. If the incident happened on January 21st, 2022, why is it that I'm just now finding out about it almost 2 years later? Come to find out, this summons, y'all gonna trip when I tell y'all this, because this right here is just another part of the play. It's sickening how they get away with shit too. I swear to God it is. Come to find out, the summons that he brought or had the officer bring out to me wasn't put into the system until guess when? It wasn't put in the system until July 14th. 2023, same day he came out. I don't know how the hell that happened, y'all, but this is a compilation of stories. This story is real messy. I'm telling y'all. But it's 5:42. It's almost 6. The birds are chirping. They've been chirping for a minute now. And I'm done painting with this blue, so I'm gonna fill this up with my resin tomorrow. And I think, no, I ain't thinking. Let me stop saying these words that no. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow when I put on my makeup and get my face together, y'all, because I'm gonna do it again. And do that again. So when I put my makeup on or whatever and get myself all snatched and jazzy, I am going to hit this go live button. And I'm going to set a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan for the time. That I can plan for. Everything else I can't plan for, other than the fact that I know that we done got into this, you know what I'm saying, into talking about this. And this is something that I really wanted to kind of just get out. I feel like it's part of my grieving process, you know what I'm saying, because I've been holding it in for so long, not having nobody to talk to, you know what I'm saying. And that take a toll on you. Take a toll on your mental. And I am working on releasing, you know what I'm saying, so that I can have a clear thought process. You know what I'm saying, some clarity. And again, I built this for support for my community, for who it's for, which I know that those are the only ones who are going to follow me. You know what I'm saying, and those who I can support. You know what I'm saying? And those who can support me too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this. I'm going to stop cleaning this off. I'll finish cleaning this. Actually, I'm going to finish cleaning this off with these alcohol tips real quick and get this all nice and neat. So that way tomorrow when I come back on, I can just pour it and then I can work on This one right here. So I was making another vase. So this is like a little bowl, a little miniature bowl or whatever. So I'm gonna put some rhinestones on this and jazz this up a little bit. But I'm gonna pour this tomorrow. It takes 24 hours for it to dry. However, I'm gonna do this. I painted the inside of this one. So this is a vase, and it's got this top to go to it. So it sit just like this or whatever, real nice vase. And I painted it. It's like a snake, a serpent. I'm sorry, a serpent going around and around and around or whatever. If you could see the inside, that gold is like the skin of the serpent. So I painted that gold, and then I painted the vase part, the outside blue, little different color blue than this. I think this one is like, yeah, this one is like a blue. This one is like a teal blue, really pretty blue though. And then this top part, I just kind of did the serpent head. I painted that gold or whatever, just same color as the vase. So I'm gonna pour these two tomorrow, and depending on how the live go, and if there's anybody in there that I could talk to, you know what I'm saying, which I hope that there's gonna be somebody. I hope that, you know what I'm saying, that somebody will hop in. But I'm gonna plan to go on at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I wanna do it. I wanna start in the evening because I got a feeling that it's gonna be a good day. I got a feeling that, you know what I'm saying, that some folks gonna show up. So I feel good about it. That being said, I need to jump in and get my feet wet. But again, I'm gonna post this video, and I'm gonna post a video of the news clip from my husband and what happened with him or whatever. So we will finish talking about this tomorrow. We stopped off. So again, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, y'all meet me back here. Yeah, I'll just say 5 o'clock. No, 4:30 or 5. I'm going to put it down. We're going to say 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock p.m. Meet me back here. I'm East Coast time, so Eastern Standard Time. So 5 o'clock my time, p.m. Meet me back here. And I hope that this gets out to enough people to the point where at least a couple of people in there, you know what I'm saying? So we can conversate and have us a good old jolly time. And just, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow is a good day to decompress, talk, get some things off your chest, mind too, and get ready for the week, Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's a new week, new day. And with a new week comes new challenges. However, comes new goals, new accomplishments. And so manifest what you want, manifest the week. But we can get back in here tomorrow, meet up, and just decompress and talk about some things and spend some time together. Hopefully, again, I hope this get out to enough people to where at least a couple of people show up. But again, I'm gonna leave that clip for y'all. 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be back here. I look forward to seeing y'all, talking to y'all at the end, so we can finish this story off. And it gets so much wilder, y'all. I promise you, it's unbelievable. But we're gonna talk about it again tomorrow, and we'll finish it off tomorrow. So we'll finish off a vast majority of it, not the documents, but those will be done too, because I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do because I want to do it, and we're gonna do that together too. But again, tomorrow 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm gonna post the other video of the news clipping or the new mainstream media news video of what happened with my husband. And 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget, I look forward to y'all being here so that I can have somebody to talk to, and, you know, we can all get to know each other. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to stop talking because I will talk and keep rambling and saying the same thing over and over again because I'm talking to myself right now anyway. I love y'all so much. Be kind to each other, please. Enjoy your day tomorrow. And again, don't forget, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, be back here. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow versus talking to myself. All right, again, love y'all. Be kind to each other. Pray, ground, meditate. And one other thing I want to share with y'all really quick, and this is going to be something that I'm going to be kind of putting into this is something that I'm going to be putting into the universe because I learned this. And it helped me a whole lot, it is helping me. I am learning who I am, and learning who I am is another thing that is pushing me to be better. It's helping my mental because I can teach my kids something that I couldn't teach them before. All I knew was who I was told I was. I didn't You know what I'm saying? I ran with that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because I never questioned it. Now I question everything. But I am getting the answers that I need. And I'm getting the answers that I need because I met a wonderful, wonderful content creator, Voodoo Doll. Voodoo Doll TV. And when I tell you that the woman is oh my gosh, she is the sweetest spirit. I mean, I know she has been here before. She kicks some knowledge. When I say knowledge, I mean I don't really, it's hard for me to kind of trust people and listen to them and everything they say, you know what I'm saying? But she has got an old soul. The ancestors have blessed her truly. She is magnificent. She is truly a teacher. And she was blessed with the skills to teach and give knowledge to those who, you know what I'm saying, who need to be awakened. Because we, Black America, have been in a coma for so long. But the masses are awakening, and I see it, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's causing those who are awakening and trying to be put back to sleep because, you know, the devil can't let nobody win. Or at least he try not to, because we done already overpowered him. He just don't know it yet. I think he do. Yeah, I believe he do. He just you know, he ain't gonna quit. But that being said, he don't have no choice, because we are waking up. And when I say we are getting on code as Black Americans, we are getting on code, and I am so happy to see it. I manifested this, that it would happen in my lifetime, that I could see us getting on code, and my manifestations to the universe are being provided, and I could see it. And I'm just so grateful for it, and I'm so happy that causes me to smile. I wake up smiling as soon as my feet hit the floor. But I'm just so grateful to Voodoo TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that lady. I love her. She is very smart, intelligent. So the thing that I'm going to leave you guys with is to do your genealogy. Find out who you are. And it's so important to find out who you are, because once you find out who you are, you will know the truth. And that is do your genealogy. Genealogy is spelled GENEALOGY. You can say, and it's nothing but a family tree. Very simple family tree. And it's tracing your ancestors back into your people. This is your people. And I promise you that it's going to be some things in there that you are going to learn about yourself and your people, your folks, your blood, your ancestors, that you never knew. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I would bet money on it that I don't have. But and I simply would bet money on it that I don't have, because I know for a fact that it's worth it. It's so worth it, y'all. Do your genealogy, love on each other, pray, ground, and meditate. And I love y'all. I will see y'all again back here tomorrow, 5 p.m. All right, beautiful butterflies. Take care of each other. Have a blessed Sunday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.